Good morning, love. Good morning, light illuminators and way showers. Thank you for joining me this morning. It's morning here, where I said, in time as we create time. So, whenever and wherever you are, thank you for joining me. My name is Wendy, and this is just another spontaneous way I love to share my languages of lights. I was sitting here in my little window seat, and just um, at first I was a little, I don't know, just aggravated about little things, the time change and think just silly things. And all of a sudden I look around and I see the prisms all over the walls again. And the Prism Collective, is reminding us to, be in the moment. We are these little lights. This is what we look like. We are little prisms of light, and this is what source energy is. Little prisms of light. That's what we are, and that's what we actually look like. And we have created a space of consciousness, and where we wear these interesting little suits, and which kind of brings up just briefly another thing that self-consciousness. And you think after all these years of being on YouTube, and that wouldn't bother me, but it does, and even probably more than ever for a variety of reasons. So Cyndi Lauper said it best, be your true colors. Your true colors. Let your true colors come shining through. And so here I am, my true colors. It's early in the morning. This is what I looked like as soon as I got up. And I was also reminded that when we need state of being, is all that matters. Circumstances don't matter. State of being is all that matters when we're actually following the formula, and we understand that being in a state of peace and calm really is where we're supposed to be. That is our normal state of being. And I was reminded to utilize whatever we can and whatever spaces we can to I'm looking for a better word than recreate. I've got this window bar in my face. But the point was, is I'm looking at all these prisms, and I'm reminding all of us to be our true colors, to share our true colors. This is the whole point of being all that you are, and being the prisms of all that you are, not being afraid to shine all your colors. And we are a complete rainbow. And where are we maybe not shining that complete prism that we are? What colors might we be holding back? But the other message was creating that space, and to recreate that state of being. And they were reminding me that, how so many of us, we take a walk, we pick up a rock, or we are asking our guides a question, we're asking God a question, we're asking our angels a question, and maybe even not consciously asking the question, but maybe there's a question in our hearts, and we see something. We see a rock that stands out to us, a message, a piece of paper, Chinese fortune cookies. I mean, Dave and I laugh about that a lot, how synchronistic those are, but we're creating it, And so reminding myself of being in that state of gratitude, what can create that moment again of that state of gratitude, of then when you look upon that thing again in the future that we call future, even though everything's now, we look again upon that thing that created, and that we've picked up, that little rock, for example, or seashell, crystals, you name it. And I mean, these are all crystals here that I've hung in here because they just make me happy. They remind me, I'm reminded of my connection to the Prism Collective, to that this is what we are and what we look like. And in the morning, you know, when they're shining around me, sorry about the camera, my arm's a little tired. And to that song came, and I was just watching her a day or two ago on a YouTube clip, Cyndi Lauper, and it's really what she's been signifies, has always signified, and this is what we're being called to do in this age of awakening, an age of Aquarius, to be our true colors, to be ourselves. And now we're seeing beautiful shining examples of that all over the place, and especially from people who are, say, in their 20s. They're showing all of us it's never too late to be our true colors, to be our true selves, and to recreate in every single opportunity we can. And you know, the spirit guides, the angels, the motivational speakers, everyone says the same thing in a different way. Recreating that state of peace, that state of being, as often as we possibly can, moment by moment in our lives, is what creates the magic, is what brings the synchronicities, is what creates the joy in our lives, because we're in the frequency of joy, and anything that is not in that vibration doesn't fit. It can't. It doesn't. You can't see it. It can't see you. It can't find you. So as I'm sitting here, and I've got hang on a second. I'll switch cameras switch the view for a second. Those are my paintings. Those are for sale, guys. So as I'm sitting here, this is one of the things I collected. I don't know. I think I even got it at the dollar store. But I loved the way the light shined through it, and how, here it is on my journal. And yes, these journals are for sale too on my website. Weekly planner, manifesting by writing your intentions and having the light codes and reinforce those intentions and writing them down, and then what signs, symbols, and synchronicities happened. Speaking of signs, symbols, and synchronicities, and these symbols that I've drawn over the years, that's what they have guided me to do, to share them, because they're activating. They are circuitry that literally changes the structure of our brain synapses and allows us to allow. It allows us to allow in, and not resist. That was the word I'm looking for. Allows us to not resist. And so anyway, I love how also on top of it I have these prisms shining on here. And it just feels like a major manifestation. So that is why I was guided to design these journals this way, for us to actually see and write down, and then look back upon, you know, in our physical reality, we believe in linear time, and then to look back upon and say, oh my God, look at what I manifested. So that was kind of the, you know, the intention behind my creating this journal. Dave and I created it together. And so, but the point is that allowing these colors to shine through and creating spaces and places that create that state of peace, that create that state of calm. And this space allows me to do that. And it is my joy and intention that it creates that within you as well, by sharing with each other. And I was thinking about a friend of mine who lives in Australia, and her sharing her space with me, and how absolutely delighted and excited I was to see, you know, all her stones and crystals and pictures and things that mean so much to her, that that means so much to her about her journeys and how she was expressing in a little video to me what those things meant to her, you know, sitting on her windowsill and sharing her space, and how I was just so honored and delighted and excited. And that's what I want to invoke in others, is to be excited, create, even, okay, that was kind of the message too from my guides, was even if it's not the space you want to be in, your end all be all, that's kind of the point. The point is to be in that vibration where you are, and creating and using whatever tools, permission slips, like those things, feathers and crystals and lights and things that you find along your pathway, messages from your guides that aren't going to make any sense to anybody else, only you. They're only going to mean something to you. But by sharing those things, by sharing those synchronicities, it allows other people to open up their minds and hearts to hear the voices, to see the messages that are subtle. They're subtle because our guides they're not there to... I remember Bashar saying one time, secretly, silently, secretly, sacredly. And that always vibrated very highly with me. That we're doing our best work silently, sacredly, secretly. Our best work is done within, without an audience, without a show. But yet, the audience is limitless and ubiquitous. These are the things that I'm delighted to share. And for whatever reason, I don't know. And, you know, most people, including myself, don't really want to be, you know, see it on video first thing in the morning. And, but, you know, this is what this is what we're being asked to do, is to be so completely authentic that the love for ourselves shines through, that those belief systems that are keeping us from being real. And you know, in this YouTube world of content creators, it's kind of funny because all I've ever wanted to do is share. That's it. And that has never changed. So I guess by virtue of creating content, we're creating content, but that is not, you know, the message has never been about that. It's about us. It's about you. It's about those of us who can come to help show the way for each other, to illuminate the things within us, belief systems, good, not even, I don't want to use good and bad anymore because it's so judgmental, to drop all self-judgment. When we drop all self-judgment, the rest of it evaporates. Any judgment that we've had, and there's a message there was a message I was getting yesterday to make a video about regret. And so the other point is about light language is it literally illuminates and activates the messages that are coming through, and it helps all of us. I don't want to say helps us. What's the word I want to use? Invites us to become more and more of all that we are, and crystallize, prismize, feed the crystal that we are, the prism that we are. And don't be afraid to show your true colors. Thank you, Cyndi, Lauper. I get emotional. Don't be afraid to show your true colors. And I'm crying. I get emotional because it's them talking to me and me doing this, and in such divine and loving grace that it simply shines the light for you to be more of you. That's it. I guess about so long to je te I can't much at the hand. As the Russian say. Alavatongea, Shanasumbaya, and I want to show you the balloons while they're still there out the window. Lezimatave, e Shanakinde, Savesanotavesa Mayata, e Tevesa Moshova, Alinea, Alekatevesa Potonga, Le Shahata, Lenamaya Mama Atea Tatintia, Savashanotoviala, Elesenite, Alejan Combodova. Anti Sivasopari. It makes me feel when I see all these prisms of light everywhere, and I don't really know how well the camera is actually capturing them on the walls and dancing all over the room. But it just simply reminds me of this is what we are. This is what we look like. And this is source in its infinite lights that we are dancing through consciousness. And just saying, go play, go shine, go dance, go, there is no ending to light, remember? There is no ending to light. And they're saying there is no ending to these languages of lights. There is no ending to the language of light, to your light. There is no ending to your language of light, your song, your your unique prism of all that you are. We cannot possibly compare ourselves to anything and anyone else, because there is nothing else like anything else. Nothing. Not even identical twins are the same. Nothing in the universe is the same as anything else, anyone else. Why would you want to be? Lazavashi Zambotovehayintea, Service Motovehema Etea, Ijano Kumbomboya, Lazumohosho, Lazumokotea, Lajenkia Seshanatia, Lazumotoya, Ijonto Konboya, Lehela Landoto. This is why you are a way shower. This is why you are an illuminator. This is what you came to remind others of what they are. And yes, when the emissaries of the light collective first came to me, and the Elohim first came to me over 10 years ago, that's the first things they said. You are here to show others their light, that they may shine their light to show others. And each of you will show the way for each other. And I was in the shower and I was in tears, and it makes me cry thinking about it. But that's kind of how it started for me. And which came first, the light language or the channeling? I'm not really sure. It's kind of the belly rub thing, I guess, as Bashar would put it. Anyway, it's long enough. Thank you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Lezimatoya Ishe. May your day be filled with the reminder of all that you are, of the light and the beauty that you are. Yeah, you create the version of yourself